welcome. It's Hannah here, delivering a juicy slow flow today. In fact, you could imagine that today's practice is a little bit like a marshmallow being held over the fire. So we've got a bit of gooiness going on in the middle, but we've also got a little bit of heat added with a little bit of lion's breath in our practice today. So let's begin by sitting ourselves cross-legged, and if you can, we're actually going to turn so that you're about midway along your yoga mat. If you want to, you could, so not right at the front. If you wanted to, you could sit on top of something, maybe you place something underneath the knees, but just start in an upright shape to begin with. And just take note what ankle you've got in the front there. We'll be swapping that over very shortly. I'm going to invite you to bring your palms to your belly. You could always have one hand on top of the other, or maybe one hand to lower ribs, one hand to the belly there. As always, we just bring a little bit of awareness to our breath at the beginning of our practice. And this is our monthly theme. It's becoming aware of our breath. And noticing that each round of breath is as subtly different as each grain of sand at the beach. You would be amazed at the different colors and shapes that each grain of sand looks like under a microscope. To a human eye, they will look the same. Maybe that's what the breath looks like or feels like. But if we were to get a little quiet and truly listen in and notice, perhaps we notice the subtleties of each breath. You might even say to yourself as you breathe in, and this breath. And then gently bring your palms together, thumbs into heart space. Reach the arms up, inhale. And then bring your right hand down, place it on top of the left knee. Take a little upright lift through the heart, inhale. And then maybe you can get a little juicier into the twist as you exhale, looking over that left side. Perhaps you just soften a little as you inhale. A little bit of rhythmic pulse here. Exhale again, deepen the twist. Inhale to release, feel the belly fill up. And then as you exhale, feel that you're drawing the breath out as fully as you can. One more of those little gentle pulses. Inhale and exhale. And then gently come through to center. If you can, you're comfortable enough doing so, swap the crisscross of the legs over. I feel very strange personally when I do this. It's probably an old injury in this knee, but I feel very lopsided. And for me, I have to usually bring my feet even further away. It just isn't possible for me to feel super comfy in a different way, but just seeing if you can notice any lopsidedness in your own body. Realizing that we are very habitual as humans when we change something up like this. It's like sitting at a table in a different place to where you would normally sit. It's like sitting on the sofa at home in a different spot. We quite often as humans lead ourselves to the same place over and over without really thinking it through. And for me, doing something as simple as changing the crisscross of my legs really profoundly shows that up at how habitual I am with my own body. So we'll do an upright twist again. You're going to inhale, reach those arms up. And then as you exhale, twist towards your right side. Left hand takes the right knee. Right hand supports you behind you. Inhale, lift a little taller. And then exhale, perhaps you can get a little juicier into your twist. And then I'm going to pulse through that a little bit, just softening the twist, inhale, and going a little further into it, exhale. Softening for an inhale, and exhale, twisting. 2 more. You can be as gentle as you want here. And then coming through to center and just taking a bow here with the same crisscross of the legs, just feeling into that bow for 3 breaths. And then slowly walking away up, I'm going to swing my left leg behind me and keep the right leg crossed in front. So it looks like deer legs. This is deer legs. I have a feeling my legs have blurred into one there, but I've got my left leg behind me and the right leg in front of me there. And then see if you can do a little bit of a rock forwards. You're just going to give it a go. We're going to see if we can rock our weight forwards, and you press down through that right shin. And then see if you can gently drop the hips and rock the weight back. And we're going to do that again. So rock the weight forwards, and as you go forwards, you want to press down through that right leg and thigh, and then gently drop your way back. Could you do that one more time? Rock the weight forwards. This time, your left knee is going to be just tucked behind the right ankle, and I'm actually going to creepy crawl that right ankle forwards and the right knee back, just to a position that works for you. So your shape might look very different to mine. Perhaps you've got the right knee much further forwards and the left knee much further back. I'm going to go to a shape that works for me. And if you feel like you can, walk the hands over towards the right side. I've got a wall here that's just preventing me going any further, but just sort of feel into that. Right shoulder drawing back. And one more breath. And then walk the hands over to the left side. Staying for another 2 breaths. And then walking the hands forwards, tuck the left toes, lift the knee and step your way back, downward facing dog. Give that a right good pedal out. Maybe you're floating a little forwards and back. High plank, downward dog. Lift the right leg to the sky. Kick the heel to the buttock just for a breath. We lengthen the leg and place the right foot in between the hands. We're going to head towards high crescent lunge. Inhale. Pause here. If you're comfortable, keeping the arms up overhead. Might be a little wriggle of the hips, maybe a little sway back and forth, just feeling into the weight between the 2 feet. And then feel into stabilization. In a moment, we're going to add a little bit of movement and lion's breath together. So lion's breath is that opening of the mouth, sticking the tongue out and just pushing the breath out quite vigorously through the mouth. You're very welcome to watch for one breath, and we've got another video on lion's breath in this month's collection. So I'm going to make fists with the palms. And then I'm pulling the elbows back, open the mouth, and I want to stick my tongue out and then reach up again. Inhale. 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 Reach up. And then lower the hands to the earth. Rock to step up. And let yourself bow. Just letting your head dangle, the shoulders relax, soften the knees. And we'll think about gently rolling our way up, one vertebrae at a time, until we add a little roll of the shoulders. Take a balancing breath here in through the nose, out through the mouth, gently. Hands rise, and we melt, drip our way forwards. Take a halfway lift, and step back, downward dog. Gentle ripple forwards, drop the knees to the earth, child's pose. Soften down. Just feeling into a spatial awareness and to energy settling in the body. Maybe you notice little tingles somewhere in the body. Perhaps today for you that's in the palms, the back of the neck, soles of the feet. Try to stay with those sensations. And then we're going to slowly rock our way forwards up onto the knees. I'm just going to swivel the feet to the right side and then just help myself dropping down into deer pose on the other side. So this time it's my left leg that's forwards, the right leg that's tucked back. If you're seeing me front on, you'd see my legs keep blurring in. So it just looks like I'm got something black going on here. These are actually not even black. Maybe your screen, it shows different color, but and then we're going to attempt to do our rocking forwards here. You're just going to do your best, okay? So I want to do a little momentum, sway back, and then kind of push down through that left thigh to come forwards. You're just doing your best here, seeing if you can slowly land. So try not to suddenly drop, little sway back, and then push your way forwards. Connect into the muscles of your left glute, thigh, slowly land. And then again, rock your way forwards the last time you stay here. This time I'm going to just maneuver my legs, so I've tucked my left ankle in front of the right knee. And for me, I'm attempting to push my left knee back here. And I've hooked the left ankle in front of the right knee. Initially, we'll just take a little walk off towards the left side and just feel into the side waist on that right side. Little compression through the left. And then we'll take that little wander over to the other side, just going where you can go. Compression through the right side, expansion through the left side. And then again, walking those hands back to center. I'm going to tuck right toes, hover the knee, step back, downward facing dog. Give that little movement practice there as to what just feels really juicy and releasing for you. And then it'll be the left leg that rises. Kick the heel to the buttock twist. Re-lengthen the leg, place left foot between the hands. High crescent lunge, come and explore that shape. If you're comfortable bringing the arms up, you'll reach them up. I'm going to take just a little exploration here in my own body. And then we're heading to that lion's breath. So we will notice that heat really starts to build in our body just through this sort of somewhat vigorous breath here. So as we exhale, inhale, one more. Hands rise and hands lower. Step it up, little rock. Take a halfway lift and just let yourself curl and almost drape and drip your way forwards. And then we roll our way up all the way. Little shrug of the shoulders. Maybe you're noticing that things feel a little more vibrant, a little more electrified here. Perhaps you notice that things slowly start to settle. Hands rise to the earth, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back to tabletop, so drop the knees to the earth, child's pose. And today I'm going to pause here, the end of my practice. But if you feel that you'd like to make your way to Shavasana for the next 2 minutes, perhaps that's where you head now instead. Seeing if once you've found your stillness, you can imagine little flecks from a fireplace wafting up into the sky, which is all the energy that we've been feeling and vibrating into in parts of our practice. You feel those little embers gently fluttering down towards the earth and finding a place to land. And the earth that it lands upon is cool enough to put out the embers. Feel the soft, smooth flow of breath. Gently vibrate through you now. Those of us in child's pose might like to come up and pause in a kneeling shape. Those lying on your back may like to add a little movement to gently sit yourself up. If you're uncomfortable kneeling, go ahead and cross the legs. And just notice the weight of your head gently balanced on shoulders and hips. Feel the breeze of breath drawing in and drawing out. Thanks so much for joining today's marshmallowy slow flow practice.